How you doing, everybody? So today is like day 80, I think, of our stay at home, and about to make dinner. And I thought I would do something interesting. One of my favorite pasta sauces, a pasta puttanesca, is pretty simple. So check it out. These are our ingredients. Basically, we're gonna use tomatoes. Gonna hand crush those San Marzanos. We need some anchovies. You can use paste or whole anchovies. Olive oil. I'm using two types of olives, Kalamata and Manzanilla. You can use whatever you have. Any type of olives will work. Some capers, half an onion, and a couple of cloves of garlic. I'm using 4 because these are kind of small, but 2 if you have a larger type. So let's do it. All right, so step 1, very similar to what I do with the marinara. Basically the same thing. I've diced up the half of onion. It's a small half onion. Couple of cloves of garlic, and what I'm going to do is just line the bottom of this pan with some olive oil. Not too much, a couple of tablespoons just to get a nice coating on the bottom. I'm going to heat that, and we're going to cook the onions till they're translucent for about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll add our garlic. All right, so while my onions are cooking, I'm going to hand crush my San Marzano tomatoes, and this is the same, basically up to this point, just the same exact procedure if you've watched the simple marinara. So here's a close-up of just hand crushing the San Marzano tomatoes, and again, this is the same as making the marinara sauce, same process while my onions are sauteing. I'm gonna hand crush these, and then next step, we're going to turn it into a puttanesca. All right, so I've hand crushed my tomatoes and set them aside. And the next step, the real flavor in a puttanesca sauce comes not from the capers or from the olives, but from the anchovies. That's the magic. It's a real flavor bomb. Umami is what it's called. So I'm just going to mash these up a little bit, sort of make a paste out of them. If you had anchovy paste, you could use that as well. Just about a tablespoon of it.
It's really good.
It's my wife. And that is really the flavor bomb. So once my onions are ready and I've thrown in the garlic, then we're gonna start adding and turning it into a puttanesca. So let's take a look. Let's check on our onions, see how they're looking. So they're just about ready to go. They're just about translucent. They've been cooking at a low temperature for about 10-15 minutes now. So let's add our... All right, so I've added my garlic. My onions are translucent. I'm gonna cook them for a little bit. Just about a minute. And make sure you keep that flame low. You don't want to brown anything. And then we're gonna add our anchovies. And these will sort of melt in the oil. Just mash them up, stir them around a little bit, and they'll sort of disintegrate. And they really pack a lot of flavor, a lot of punch. Okay, next step, I'm gonna throw in my olives. These are Kalamatas and regular Manzanillas. I've sliced some of the Kalamatas and left some whole. Really doesn't matter. Whatever your preference. And that's basically the base. And we're gonna throw in our sauce. And then to this, we're gonna add about a tablespoon of capers. And that's basically it. We're gonna cook that just the way you would a marinara. All right, so the capers are going in. That's about a little over a teaspoon. I said a tablespoon, but it's more like a generous teaspoon. And we're gonna turn this heat up, bring that to a boil. And once it hits a boil, we'll reduce it to a simmer and cook it down for about a half hour. Okay, so as you can see, I'm starting to boil here. So what I'm gonna do now is just bring it down to a simmer, and I'm just gonna let that cook for about 30 minutes. You can cook it longer. The longer you cook it, the better the tomatoes tend to taste. So if you want to go for an hour or more, go for it. But you really only need about a half hour of simmering. Go. All right, so our puttanesca is ready. It's been simmering for about an hour. And we're just gonna put that over some fresh penne. And we're gonna hit it with a little bit of cheese. Just gonna grate on some fresh Parmesan. And a little garnish. And that's it. Pasta puttanesca.